A very good evening. Thank you for joining us on tonight's edition of the UBC News Tonight, this 8th day of January 2022. My name is WADULO Mark Arnold. Now to start off tonight's bulletin. Kampala-Entebbe Express Road toll has begun this Saturday, and this means that all road users will be expected to pay a certain fee at the provided gates. The Minister of Works and Transport, General Edward Katumba Wamala, says that the only two categories of vehicles that have been exempted from paying are those in the presidential convoy, fire brigade, and ambulances. The frequent users will also get a discount, such as those who stay in Entebbe and work in Kampala, or any motorists making frequent trips between Kampala and Entebbe. These are the details.
It's a good experience, it's a good development that we can start valuing our assets, and as Ugandan we also have to pay something back in terms of contributing to our assets, and I think that will make us even value these assets, because there's been this feeling that we are government, but now that we are paying something, I think we shall also be very, very guarded and ensure that there is no damage on our assets. I think now if somebody has paid the toll and then you find somebody removing the guardrail, he will not be happy, because that person is destroying an asset he has even contributed to now. It's just a call away. Then your vehicle will be picked, it will be taken to wherever the garage which you want it to be. So in case you have an accident, the ambulance is on the way. I mean, readily available. It's just a call away. You only have to be aware what numbers you must call for these services. We are going to have security, because there have been complaints about muggers on this road, that some people have been taking advantage, especially at night, to cause some insecurity. So the road will be fully secured all the time, 24/7. And so these are the services, and it's going to be lit very soon. The lights are going to be installed. So you are going to be actually using a road where you are sure of your safety in case of a breakdown. But please don't. What they will not be able to rescue you from is if your vehicle runs out of fuel. As I've seen some people running with a jerrycan, that one you don't expect the operator to rescue you on that one. That one you have to manage yourself. But all these other things, the service will be at hand.
News tonight. Now, learners in government schools in Busia municipality may not survive slashing the schools the school compounds when the schools reopen on Monday this week. School heads in Busia municipality claim that no money has been released to them by government to clean the compounds. These are the details.
Security and district heads early last week after the driver attached to it was found ferrying sand to a private construction site in Busia district.
It came as a result of the secretary for works presenting it, saying that most of the graders at the district are down, and we were wondering what work they were doing. And information came out that it is being used for private work. So politicians, the political leaders and the security, we joined together.
We do apologize for that. We'll be giving you that story shortly in the next few minutes. Now, many Christians and both local and foreign tourists have convened at Lalibela in Amhara region of Ethiopia to celebrate the Orthodox Christmas. The Christmas celebrations coincide with the birth of King Lalibela, who is credited for Heon Rock churches of Lalibela. Now, Dennis Sigor attended the celebrations and filed this report rather.
Tens of thousands of Orthodox Christians have thronged the holy land of Lalibela in the Amhara region of Ethiopia to celebrate Christmas. Lalibela is a UNESCO World Heritage Site with magnificent rock-hewn churches of the King Lalibela that dates back to about 800 years.
So the churches are very unique. You cannot find them anywhere in the world. So the uniqueness of the churches, the fact that they are built in out of one piece of rock, and also built at the end of 11th and beginning of 12th century, makes them very unique.
The construction of these magnificent structures is said to have been done by King Lalibela himself, and it is said that he finished the work in 2.5 decades. The Holy Land of Lalibela was the capital of Ethiopia in the 12th century. During the Orthodox Christmas, this historical town becomes too busy with pilgrims, foreign and local tourists, visiting the religious sites both in the town and its environs.
It's been very, very beautiful. I hope to join in many Guinness from now on. I believe that many religious activities like this one should actually bring people together. Like I'm seeing a lot of people here coming together, and it represents the unity that we have together, especially as Africans.
I came for the other reason. There was a war here, and this were controlled by a terrorist group. But now it's freed from them. So we came to help the area. Okay.
However, the turn-up for this year's Christmas celebrations have been dismal, and this is attributed to the recent war in the region that led to the destruction of infrastructure and caused insecurity.
As you know, the TPLF rebels have damaged a lot of the infrastructures. They've killed many people, they've raped in many places, and to get back to this spirit is a big challenge. And a few weeks ago, if you ask me, are we able to celebrate Christmas in Lalibela, which has been celebrated for 900 years consecutively, but because of this generation, then I would have said no.
The TPLF came and occupied the town for the last 5 months, and this was completely a dark age for the town of Lalibela. That's because there was no power, no internet, no bank, no water. Everything was dark for the town of Lalibela. So now it's been like 2 weeks since the TPLF group has left the town. So now we are starting everything, recovering or restarting everything again.
According to the religious leaders, what is found in Lalibela symbolically is found in the holy city of Jerusalem. Located in the Amhara region, northern Ethiopia, Lalibela is a top religious tourism destination. It is where the main Orthodox Christmas celebrations take place annually. Dennis Sigor for UBC News in Ethiopia.
Well, Lands Minister Judith Nabakoba has delivered assorted medicine and mattresses to Mityana Referral Hospital on behalf of the President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The move follows last Thursday's visit by the Prime Minister Robina Nabanja to Mityana, where she was briefed on the situation at the hospital. Now, the minister also extended financial support to each expectant mothers at the facility.
The poor working conditions at Mityana Hospital came to limelight mid this week when patients were asked to pay for services. One pregnant mother was asked to pay 400,000 shillings for an operation, thus prompting residents to stage a fundraising roadblock from well-wishers. Among those who were asked to contribute was Prime Minister Robina Nabanja, who happened to have been traveling from Kakomiro to Kampala. The surprised Premier then rushed to the facility to ascertain the situation.
These people were collecting 400,000 for your staff.
Nabanja found the helpless lady in pain, but only to be told that 2 lives had already been lost since the mother was unexpecting of 3 babies. The hospital management regretted the decision for payment of medical bills by patients by one of its staff, but was also quick to note that the delayed and insufficient medical supplies by NMS is more to blame. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has for this reason extended assorted medicines and other medical equipment like mattresses and beds to the facility. The consignment has been delivered by the Lands Minister, Judith Nabakova, in company of Mityana North Member of Parliament, Chibedi Nsegumire.
Came back when the Prime Minister intervened, so we decided as NRM leaders and leaders at national level to come and see what exactly is happening here and probably what are the challenges and how can we come in as government to sort out. We have interacted with the district administrator and the district health officer, and we have also toured the maternity section to see what is taking place. But from their submission, we have seen that the inflow of patients is too high.
Nabakova, however, for close to 2 hours grilled the in charge of the facility, Dr. Paul Kabenge, over what she described as negligence.
But for how long has she stayed here?
Just 1 day. She came in the evening and she was operated in the following day.
So in the evening, that's when they started asking for money.
For the issue of asking the money, we are trying to ascertain what is stage. But as the administration, we are failing to get the person who communicated that they were asked for money.
What did they come sound about 7 cents?
Nabakova also extended financial assistance to the all mothers in the maternity. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
The Minister for Kampala, Hajat Kabanda, has warned transport leaders and operators within the old taxi park to avoid wrangles and urged them to vaccinate against COVID-19, as vaccination cards will be a mandatory requirement. The Minister's message was made at the official reopening of the old taxi park, which had been under refurbishment for a very long time. The Minister also cautioned them not to misuse and damage the structure, as these details share.
Happiness and joy Saturday morning as taxi drivers and leaders operating in the old taxi park walked into the park after repair works were completed. The park's services resumed after a period of 2 years as it was being under refurbishment.
Abantu bonna nga tebasobola kubanga basobola okuyingira mu park. Bange ddene erisoba myaka 2 gye tumaze nga tuli ku street nga na buli muntu essuubi lyamugwamu nti park eno tetugenda kuddamu gya accessinga. Abalala ne balowooza nti park egenda kubeera mu bus, abalala ne balowooza nti park bagenda kuteekamu za arcade. Bagala okwebaza minisita w'ebyentambula Jeno Katumba Amala, minisita wa Kampala Hajat Kabanda nti twabatuukirira ne tubalaga obuzibu obwali bugenda okubaawo nga basumuludde amasomero, abaana badda ku masomero naye ng'emmoroka bwe baazireka ate si we ziri.
At the reopening ceremony, SOPs were strictly adhered to at the entry and exit points. Security was also ready to prevent any problem at the newly renovated facility. Taxi drivers and passengers who made it for the first day applauded government for reinstalling the services.
Tubadde beeraliikirivu nga tetusuubira nti paaka eno tunaagifuna naye kisanyusiza awantu waffe wayonjo wali wabi nnyo mutuufu wali wakyafu kakati olwaleero walungi paakingi tuzirina emmotoka zitambulira mu layini.
Tusanyufu nnyo okulaba nga paaka yaffe enkadde bagiguddewo kugamba batuwonyeza okutambula engendo gye tubadde tutambula nga tunoonya emmotoka ezituzaayo emukono.
The Minister for Kampala, Hajat Mesa Kabanda, accompanied by the Mayor Kampala Central Division Salim Uhuru, reopened the park to the general public. Kabanda, however, urged leaders and drivers in the park to utilize it for the better and warned them to desist from wrangling and reminded them to get vaccinated against COVID-19.
Tax park, because it has been closed for 2 years, but it's now officially opened. I take this opportunity to thank all the stakeholders, starting with KCCA. Park is opened officially, and we should all enjoy President Museveni's leadership and all other leaders. Thank you very much.
I'm Ivan Juko, reporting for UBC News.
The district education officer of Chibale district has threatened to arrest school heads who will not have cleaned the school environment for the learners. He says that government already released the funds to schools for maintenance. These are the details.
The district education officer, Kibale district, Seth Ahwa, has